Good evening, everyone. I'll call our meeting to order at 6 p.m. here in council chambers. Roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Present.
Macias.
Present.
Razak.
Present.
Timian.
Present.
Finch.
Present.
McNeil.
Present.
Castro.
Present.
Schmidt.
All right, we have no remote electronic attendance needed. We do have public comment, I know. Is there any in the room right now?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I know you have one to read.
Dear Mayor of Moline and City Council. Number 1, congratulations and thank you all city employees for the major sidewalk upgrades and turnaround on 15th Street in downtown Moline. Kudos. This high quality work is appreciated as a former concrete worker elsewhere myself as a youth. Please, number 2, please install speed bump strips along 4th Street between 32nd Avenue and 23rd Avenue as drivers rush through these neighborhoods above 30 miles per hour. Number 3, please post deer crossing signs for the 32nd Avenue stretch on both sides of 7th Street. Thank you sincerely. Deer cross here. Number 4, please consider watering bags be filled and installed for all of the trees on our city streets. Number 5, our city's Moline Police Department is really appreciated on their respect for the public and the protection of us all. I've seen them in action. Moline can be proud of itself. Thank you all, and God bless all of you. Warm thanks from Citizen X.
Thank you. And do we have comment online? All right.
We'll have to unmute himself and start 6 again.
Okay, we'll need I think call-in user 1 is Mr. Leitz or Lights. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name. You'll have to unmute yourself and you have 3 minutes as usual.
Yes, this is Mr. Lee. Thank you for taking my call. I understand that the city has a lot of action with respect to housing instability here in Moline. There have been some outlined planned use of federal funding, like within the 2026 HUD annual action plan, for example. Intending to kind of direct those funds towards housing and community development programs between 2025 and 2029. There are also the home ownership and rehabilitation assistance services that the city offers residents under certain circumstances. And then of course, rental housing enforcement measures and long-range planning measures. And then regional partnerships and things of that nature. But one area I would say, and not that this isn't being addressed, but just wanted to point the spotlight on there was an assessment made, I think at the end of 2025 that said that there were roughly, there was a need for roughly 340 income restricted rental units here in the city of Moline, and just wanted to bring special attention to the fact that having those other programs, not that I need to tell anyone, but having those programs in place are very important, but actually getting the units available to people is also very important. So if there are measures or resources available towards assisting housing authority potentially, or maybe working with them or somehow getting more income restricted rental units available to the residents of Moline, I think that'd be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And is there any further public comment? Hearing none, we move to board appointments. Mayor's appointment of Reed Dubé-Jonk to the Citizens Advisory Council on Urban Planning to fill the unexpired term of Josette McCoy to expire July 31, 2028. Mayor's appointment of Jeffrey Hanks to the Library Board of Trustees for a 3-year term to expire May 31, 2029. Mayor's reappointment of Melvin Grimes, Geni Mbofu, and Reagan Jones to the Moline Housing Authority for 5-year terms to expire July 31, 2031. Mayor's reappointment of Jeff Waller to the Revolving Loan Fund Committee for a 5-year term to expire June 30th, 2031. And Mayor's appointment of Reed Dubujonc to the Revolving Loan Fund Committee for a 5-year term to expire June 30th, 2031. This is part of what has happened since I got a lot of applications and had a lot of interviews with folks. I'm really pleased with a lot of the preparation and the desire to serve that I saw from all kinds of people. And I just want you to know that anyone I didn't appoint, Brandy and I are working to make sure they know they can volunteer in different ways, right? That serving the city, it does not only have to be an appointed position. There's lots of different ways to volunteer. So, any questions? Hearing none, we have a presentation on upcoming interchange reconstruction of Interstate 74 and Illinois 5. Ms. Clower.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to introduce Mike Keene from the Illinois Department of Transportation, who's here tonight to give us some information on the upcoming reconstruction project of I-74 and John Deere Road.
Thank you.
How are you today? I'm Mike Keene. I'm the Program Development Engineer for IDOT District 2, serving Northwest Illinois from the Quad Cities up to East Dubuque and all the way over to Rockford. I have Joel Viagby with me. He's the project manager for this project. And then online, I also have Jennifer Galumba with GFT. She's leading our consultant team for the project as well. I'm going to kind of give a brief overview of what we're doing, and then I'm probably going to leave it open to questions because I'm assuming there might be one or two on this. So with that, if you'll look on the screens here, this is our project that we're looking to do. It's actually multiple projects that we've got going on right now. In the green, we are looking to, in the fall, we're going to let this project. It's reconstructing I-74 and then doing reconstruction also on Illinois 5, John Deere Road, and replacing the existing cloverleaf with a diverging diamond interchange. Associated with that, but coming a little bit later, is reconstructing 27th Street north of John Deere Road going up to 38th as well. That one, we did pull that project, or that part of the project out to expedite the interchange project, but we are going to be working on that and getting that out in the next couple years. Also, not associated directly with this, but we are working on is 27th Street south of John Deere Road, constructing that down to the airport, and then also replacing the bridge structure over the Rock River. That's a little further down the line as well in a separate project, and that one we will have a public meeting here, I'm hoping in the next 6 months or so, but it could vary slightly. So biggest project at hand I want to talk about most immediately is the I-74 and Illinois 5 diverging diamond interchange, John Deere Road. You guys have probably seen we've already been removing trees out there. We've also just started basically an advanced project to do temporary widening to really get everything prepped and ready for this project. It's going to be let this fall. Construction will start in the spring. It will take a full 2 years to complete. We have a completion date of November of 2028. It's going to be pretty intensive. We'll keep 2 lanes in each direction on I-74 throughout the duration of the project, and also John Deere Road as well. There will be closures, however, of ramps as we develop through here. Jennifer, if you don't mind, if you could throw up stage 1 for the detouring. During stage 1, which is we'll have I-74 pushed to one side, there will be periods where we're going to have the different ramps closed down here. We will be using the detours shown on here. It does include, for some of the ramps, actually continuing down on 74 and coming back up using the loop ramps down there at the Cloverleaf at 280, and then some of the ramps coming down and going to the west as well. And this would be a good portion of 2027. Now in 2028, when we're doing the second stage, there will be some ramp closures and having detours as well. That is the biggest impact that we will be seeing as we are constructing here. Again, 74 will be 2 lanes in each direction, and John Deere Road will be 2 lanes in both directions. But this is probably the biggest impact that you'll be seeing at the city level on this. I'm going to open it right now to questions because I'm sure there are questions on this.
Council. Yes, Mr. Macias.
What kind of traffic flow are we expecting on 16th Street with all this detouring?
So there would be, there would be detoured traffic of the ramps on here. Jennifer, do you have audio that you can speak at all?
I do.
Excellent. Do you have those ramp volumes that we can share on that?
I can pull them up in a second here, yeah.
Yep. In my head, I thought it was an increase of about 5,000 vehicles per day, but she has the details on that. The one thing we did look at is what kind of additional queue links are we looking? I do know that you guys were converting that to a 3-lane section from 4-lane. There'll be slightly longer queues, but I don't think it's going to seriously inhibit it. One thing we have noticed through the years on some of these, usually about the first week, things look a little rough and then it kind of settles out on it. People that it may queue up for about a week and then the locals kind of redistribute out on it. So I would have to say, bear with us that first week. We will more than happily take all the complaints from the city and from the residents, and we will try and optimize those signals at the intersection there to make sure that it is flowing. It does take just a tiny bit of time to get everything regulated out and get those signals optimized as we see what
Mr. Tim.
develops.
To understand, we're rerouting ramp traffic,
Yes.
not interstate traffic.
Not interstate traffic, not John Deere Road traffic. It's the ramp traffic that is using, and it is half at a time. We're not doing all of it. This is actually our 3rd diverging diamond interchange that we've constructed in District 2. We have one up in Rockford that was just completed last year. We're actually in the midst of building one in Rochelle at 38 and 39. The one thing we did notice, trying to convert a clover leaf into a diverging diamond interchange, those ramps get complicated fairly quickly. Lessons learned on what we saw there, trying to do some of this instead will probably help, with the traffic flow on it. When we did it up in Rockford, we did have some flip-flops and that sort of stuff, and it did get a little bit complicated. This will simplify those detours.
Yes. Ms. Castro.
I just had a question. This is probably more for our staff than for him. Will we be doing like any extra monitoring or like police presence in that area just to kind of like keep an eye on the traffic there for the first week or two, just to kind of, because people will complain, but others might not, and just kind of let it go. So
like what Mike said, is we're going to have to do some adjustments to the signals. That's without question. So between IDOT and the contractor and our staff, we'll be doing that to try to keep people moving.
Do you have more question? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to note, we do have a resident engineer that will be out there the whole time. They will be running all those detours as they're up, making sure that those queues aren't getting too long, and that, if we do need to change signal timing, we're going to be working with the city to make those changes on that.
Can you go back a slide,
yes,
please?
Definitely. I think Jennifer has those
Okay.
traffic volumes.
So-
Jennifer, what do we have for the ramps for that detour?
Yeah, so for the ramps and going to 16th Street, I don't have the exact combination here of which ones are headed that way, but you're combining kind of two of these ramps. So it's about, we'll say, in this case, like this ramp and this ramp. Like Mike, you said like 5,000. It's 5,000 to 8,000, kind of depending on which ramps you're detouring over there to 16th.
Okay.
I need you to go back one slide.
Yep.
Okay.
This one,
Yeah, that one. It's fine.
And this would be in 2027, this
Understood.
particular one.
And I understand it's just ramp traffic.
Mhm.
I just, anyone that thinks maybe like I do is like, I'm not doing what everybody else is
Right.
doing. I'm going to go
Right.
find my way around South Park Mall and go across the bridge that goes to the airport and figure out a way that way. How can we be prepared for people choosing, it's like a choose your own adventure here to get
Sure.
onto the highway? Whether that's from our staff side, as you were asking, like police monitoring or other engineer and signal work, because I mean, you have 2-lane roads going around the mall on both sides. Why are we not redirecting people south instead of up into the residential area?
Well, you're absolutely correct. We'll post the detour as posted. There will be a lot of the locals that will distribute out in the system.
Right, but why are we not going south?
So,
The residential plus the fact that it's a road diet on 16th, I'm looking south. Like, I'm not an engineer, but I'm
Sure,
not trying
sure.
to be you. I
Oh, no,
promise
no,
you.
I
But
understand.
I'm looking at it like, why would I go up that way? That's slower in single lanes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I go the other way?
So I know we looked at a variety of different alternatives on it. First off, we try and keep it on our system wherever possible. We didn't want to push it onto the local system more than need be. We did note that 16th looked like it could best handle the most traffic at that point in time. Now, again, full well know the locals will find other ways, especially if there is any sort of queue with the posted detour. Jennifer, I guess, do you remember right offhand the particular detour route to the south, why we eliminated that? I can't remember right off the top of my head, but
yeah, so you're saying going from, it would have to go 16th down
We're not down 27.
and then over, because there's no connection from Illinois 5 directly to 27th there.
Right, that's the overpass.
Oh,
Yeah.
So-
that's it.
now, one thing to note, we are going to be replacing the bridge structure over 27th as part of the project as well. We're actually doing an advanced steel procurement contract here in the next month or so to get that steel ahead of time. Again, we're going to be doing a lot of work on this.
I would say for our staff, I think you've got to coordinate with the school district extremely well, because
Yep.
everyone that comes from the west side of the city to the high school, they would not want to go this way.
Yeah, no, definitely.
On Avenue of the Cities. And then when we're talking about games at Wharton, fall and winter, I mean,
Yep.
it's going to have to be great coordination on traffic around here.
One thing to note with respect to winter, we do have an interim completion date in November of 27, so we'll have everything buttoned up over the winter. We're not going to run detours over the winter.
Oh, okay, got it.
So that's one thing to note. When we do this, we want to get the traffic back where it needs to be before the snow flies. We want to make sure that the plows are and the traffic's going where they need to go. So we do have an interim completion date it's usually about Thanksgiving of the year, and then construction starts again, usually about April on it, and that's why we would have those two detours.
Okay.
So.
Other questions from the council or Bob?
Yeah.
Mike, if you could, you're going to reach out to Metrolink as well,
Yeah.
our local transit
Yeah.
system, obviously, because this is a very busy road, 16th
Yeah.
Street. The question I would have for you is, given the volume of traffic and the length of time the detours will be in place, the wear and tear, on the local road system. Typically, when that happens, there's usually something done by the DOT to address, you survey before the detours start, and then afterwards, if there's anything that needs to be repaired. Is that something the DOT has included in their
We
budget?
do have a good neighbor policy at the state, so, we will be looking at before and after with this detour route on it.
Thank you.
I think maybe lastly, can you just reiterate for the public and for the council members why a diverging diamond is better than the clover leaf, so that people, they have an answer when people ask, why the heck are we doing this?
Yep. So one thing to note, as you can kind of see here, the clover leaf design, it continuously flows, but the one bad thing about it is, when you get into that weaving area, there is a higher propensity for crashes at those locations, side swipes, what have you on it. This was built quite a while ago. Those curves, especially on the loop ramps, don't meet the current policies for what you would want for a radius on it. So if we were to revamp the clover leaf, we'd need to make it bigger, which would mean we'd be impacting more homes, more businesses, what have you. The great thing about a diverging diamond interchange, and the reason why you're seeing more of these throughout the state and other states, is because it is a smaller footprint, but it also increases the safety. And the capacity is, quite honestly, phenomenal on it. They're a smaller footprint. You don't have that side swipe in the same direction. It kind of looks like a traditional diamond interchange, but the diverging diamond interchange flip-flops that traffic so the people are driving in the opposite direction. And in doing that, you don't have the opposing traffic when people are trying to go up the ramp. So you don't have people waiting for opposing traffic and crashing into each other with an angle crash or that sort of situation. So you're getting the optimization of the signals, but a whole lot more traffic pushing through. We have seen, looking at these, that they will take quite a bit more traffic than what's even projected out here. The one that we are currently building at 38 and 39, when we ran a scenario of doubling that traffic that they see out there, it was still giving a level of service A, which is as good of a level of service as you get. This is similar in nature, and actually we have one more lane in each direction on this compared to that intersection. This is a safer intersection. It can handle the capacity that you have out there on John Deere Road. And quite honestly, this was the last little piece that we had for John Deere Road that we just hadn't had funded before, and also fills out the gap that we stopped short of with 74. So this kind of puts a bow on both projects for us. So we've actively been trying to get the funding for this for quite a few years. You may recall 10 years ago we had the public meetings for this, and we're presenting this. This is it coming to fruition and finally getting it to the finish line. So we're very excited about it.
Thank you so much for all the details. Oh yeah, Mr. Timmy.
Is that a pedestrian path I see?
Yes, there is a multi-use path on here, and we have pedestrian access. So
And it goes in the middle, and that's really kind of cool.
yeah.
It's like are we making a greenway there then? Of sorts?
Jennifer, is that truly a greenway or is it concrete on it? I think
It is truly where there is green. There will be, grass and growth through there. Not as much concrete there. Where there is the gray color here will be where it's more concrete.
Got it. Thank you. Mr. Silas?
Thank you. I'm sure this is way too much of a design discussion at this point already, but since we were talking about the path, they're not aligned with the lights. So can you kind of just speak briefly of how that works? That are there flashing lights?
yes,
or, okay.
we do have the pedestrian push buttons and all that. Jennifer, are you able to zoom in on that?
Yeah, they are actually aligned with, the intersection is here, but the stop bar, for example, for this eastbound right turn lane is prior to where the pedestrians would cross. And then again, here, a little bit counterintuitive, the traffic is coming this way. So they will be stopping prior to where the traffic would be crossing at this signal here. And then the same thing happens in reverse on the other side of the DDI. So again, this traffic, stopped over here while they would be crossing, and then this traffic is stopped prior to when they would be crossing here.
Thank you. And that is a benefit we do not have currently, correct? We have no way to get from west side of 74 to east side other than by car at John Deere Road. Thank you.
I guess,
Mr. Timmy?
Laura, is this tying into any existing multimodal? Because we have talked about it on 38th, but not on John Deere Road.
So there'll be a letdown structure on 27 that will tie into the future path that will run along 27.
Okay.
And then it stops at 16th Street, so it ties into the sidewalk.
Right.
Not a path, but a sidewalk.
And we've talked about extending that over years anyway.
And
So.
then on the other side, on the east side, it ties into the path kind of by the gas station, by the Applebee's.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's down
okay.
38.
All right. Awesome.
And then on those 27th Street reconstruct that we're looking to do, we are placing multi-use path down there as well.
One last question for staff, I think, too, is anything happening with the newly announced Texas Roadhouse is not going to impact this and vice versa?
So with respect to that, we did work with Texas Roadhouse, make sure that, our plans weren't messing with their plans.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any impacts to the development of the property.
Okay.
Now, obviously, they're staging right nearby, but it shouldn't, we're not impacting the
Okay.
property per se.
Thank you.
So,
Just thought I'd ask. Yes, Mr.
And
Macias?
then somewhat related, but right now there's some construction on 30, and this is more for our staff, 36. When's that supposed to be completed?
By the Texas Roadhouse?
No, over by 7th Street, Moline.
I'm not sure of the completion date. They're putting a path in there.
Okay, I'm just curious if that'll be done before this gets started.
When is our anticipated start date of?
for ours,
Yes.
next year.
Oh, will be
Yeah. Oh,
done.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the project gets let this fall. Again, we're doing temp widening right now. We did an advanced project to get all that done. But the actual project itself, the construction for tearing out 74, tearing out pieces of John Deere Road, that won't commence until next year. What you're gonna see this year is, and I think we might already be done with it, the tree removal. You're gonna see temporary widening to prep for this, and that's gonna be primarily what you're gonna see this year. Next year is when you see large chunks of pavement coming
Okay.
out, us switching traffic over and those detours on the ramps. So 27, 28 is where you're gonna see the vast majority of this, so.
Thank you. All right, if there's nothing, do you have anything further?
No,
Okay.
Again, any questions with respect to the diverging diamond energy, we're happy to have forums. When this does kick off, more than likely our construction unit will probably do a public meeting. Again, just doing a kickoff with the public on it. So we've been doing that with our recent projects.
Thank you. Mr. Timmy?
How has the reception been in Rockford?
Pretty good on it. There's always a small group that say
Changes
don't
are,
like it, but overall it's worked really well. It's been well received. Again, we did have some lessons learned with the staging on it. It does get complicated on it. This detour will help with any of that, but overall it's gone pretty well on it. So. As with anything new, once you get it out there and functional, a lot of the initial, I don't like it, goes away, and it's, no, this works. Begrudgingly, it works.
And I just want to say, I think Cedar Rapids has one. That might be the closest one here.
Naperville
Or
has,
is it
Naperville
oh.
by where we,
Yeah.
Well, I went through it and I didn't realize it until I passed it. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the diverging diamond interchanges is most of the time you're on the other side and then how did I get over here?
Yeah.
So it's that same design
But
on
it was
it.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, my experience was, it was smooth.
Yeah.
did you have something else?
Yeah, just one comment too, if you could actually have your comms people reach out to us so that our communications manager can be in direct contact with you,
Yeah.
so that we can keep messaging this project all throughout.
Yes.
That
Most
way it
definitely.
reduces the number of complaints you said you're willing to take.
I will personally take the complaints.
Well,
Okay.
and that's what my whole council needs to know too, is like, who do they send an email to?
Yes,
Or who do
and
they
actu-
refer to if they get something from the community?
Actually, I would be the point of contact on it, especially right off. Once we have the actual contractor team and resident engineer, I'll probably the day-to-day refer to them, but yeah.
If Ms. Flower can make sure we all get
Yes,
that, that'd be
most
good.
definitely. And, prior to the construction start, we will have a pre-construction meeting as well. We'll be inviting City of Moline on that. And again, being the size of this project, we have been doing little initiation public meetings as well. I'm expecting that'll take place.
Great, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do have a website on the featured projects website for IDOT. If you Google featured projects website, there is a web page for it as well.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank
We're all
you.
set.
All right.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Don't believe we have any questions on the agenda, so we move to our committee of the whole agenda items. 8.1, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to agreement number JN 227006 with the Illinois Department of Transportation for construction associated with contract number 64H87 for the proposed improvements of the I-74 and Illinois 5 interchange, and authorizing Director of Engineering to process the expenditure of $74,532 of local funds to cover the city's cost share of this project out of the 2026 amended capital improvement project 1526, account number 510-9965438-98. 438.08-98. Really? Okay, got it.
Thank you, Your Honor. So this is the agreement for the project you just heard about, so the reconstruction of I-74 and John Deere Road. This agreement is between the City of Moline and the Department of Transportation, and it does go over Moline's responsibilities once the project is complete. So Moline will be responsible for some maintenance items, maintenance of the multi-use path, snow clearing, debris clearing, that sort of thing. Maintenance of the emergency vehicle preemption systems that will be installed at all of the traffic signals within the project. And then maintenance of all city-owned utilities. So the estimated cost share for the city is $74,532, but the actual amount will be based on actual costs once construction is complete.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Finch.
Second.
Second by Silas. Discussion? I will just say I'm very excited this is here. I think the council may not know, but it's here a little earlier than we were expecting, so we're very thankful to the state for that support. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes, and you've kept track that Ms. Castro left. Council, yeah,
Thank you.
so
I didn't actually
for your
step out.
numbers, it was unanimous, but the number is 6 to 0. Okay, 8.2, resolution approving a supplemental resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code for motor fuel tax, section number 19-00272-00-RS, River Drive overlay from 34th Street to 41st Street for the amount of $41,079.55. Ms. Clark.
Thank you, Your Honor. This item is a supplemental resolution with the Illinois Department of Transportation to allocate the necessary motor fuel tax funds to complete the final closeout of the aforementioned project. Please note that this project construction was completed in 2022. There is no more construction proposed. This is just a paperwork item to close out the project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion passes. 8.3, a resolution approving the special event application for the Moline High School Homecoming Parade scheduled for Friday, September 18, 2026, that is sponsored by the Moline High School and closing certain streets more particularly described herein to vehicular traffic, and the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a licensing agreement with Moline High School for the use of public right-of-way in conjunction with said event. Mr. Vitas?
Yeah, happy to report that the route that was used last year will be the same route that will be used going forward in the future, and highly recommend approval and participation by the council in the parade if you can be there. It's a shorter parade than it used to be, so.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. 8.4, a resolution authorizing a grant to the Sprint the Miss event sponsored by Two Rivers YMCA for the amount of $1,000 from the Special Events Fund to help offset expenses for the annual event to be held on Saturday, September 19, 2026. Mr. Vito.
Simply, staff is recommending approval as requested.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Macias. Discussion? Hearing, this is a new event, correct?
It's a brand-new event, correct, first-time request.
Thank you. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. 8.5, a resolution approving a block party for Robert Vallejo scheduled for Saturday, August 15, 2026, and closing certain streets more particularly described herein to vehicular traffic, and authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a licensing agreement with Robert Vallejo for the use of public right-of-way in conjunction with said block party.
Staff is recommending approval of the request. It came in a bit late, but we made sure we got it on here so this gentleman can celebrate his 80th birthday here in Moline.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Macias. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call, please. I mean, what the heck? I really got thrown off. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Yep. 8.6, a resolution declaring a vehicle as shown on Exhibit A attached here to and incorporated herein by reference as surplus property, and authorizing the disposal of said vehicle by the Assistant Director of Public Works through the legal disposal process that is most advantageous to the city, whether sealed bid, auction, negotiation, or otherwise. Mr. Schmidt.
Good evening. We are looking to declare just one vehicle as surplus property. This vehicle is a 2002 fire engine, so we're just looking to request to be disposed.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion?
Comment.
Yes, Mr. Vitas?
I'd just like to add, I mean, this is a 2002 Pierce Dash fire engine that was built in Menasha, Wisconsin, back when I was the village administrator in that community. So it was a long time ago. Most of the firemen who actually responded to the disaster that happened up there in what is now Fox Crossing in the city of Menasha, city of Neenah, worked at the Pierce manufacturing plant. So it's a great piece of equipment. Sorry to see it go, but long overdue. So.
Thank you. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. 8.7, a resolution authorizing the Moline Public Art Commission to identify and recommend grant opportunities for public art, placemaking, cultural beautification, and related projects on behalf of the city of Moline, and authorizing the Community and Economic Development Department, the city's grant manager, and other appropriate city staff to perform all acts necessary to prepare and submit such grant applications.
Thank you, Your Honor. So as we talked about before, the Public Art Commission really has no power beyond advising and recommending. So we'd like, in order to stay ahead of some of the grant deadlines, we'd like to authorize them to at least apply for grants, or staff or the city's grant manager. We kind of left it all open that anybody can apply for them. And then if you look at those stipulations we added, we'll come back for acceptance to City Council, and of course, if there's any kind of match or something, we'll bring that back to City Council. But we probably wouldn't hesitate to apply for a grant that had a match, just full disclosure, because we'll look to see if we have that money in the public art fund and we can kind of forecast that, but we'll certainly come back and get permission to accept those grants from you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, motion by Finch, seconded by Silas. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Yep. 8.8, an ordinance amending Chapter 22, offenses miscellaneous of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Section 22-1105, tobacco products, tobacco accessories, smoking herbs, and alternative nicotine products by increasing the number of Class B incidental tobacco dealers licenses in the city of Moline at the request of MK Oil and Real Estate, Inc., DBA MK Mart Moline, 58700. Mr. Atkins? Is that you?
I didn't think that it was me, but I suppose I can speak to it. Basically, this is one that has to come before you. This is simply another Class B, as you've authorized many times in the past. I don't know that there's anything particularly different about this one than any of the others that you've authorized previously, so we're recommending approval.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Finch, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Timian. Discussion, Mr. Timian.
This is for selling an existing establishment that has a license.
Right.
So it's just a transfer.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
I can explain, just to make sure everyone understands. When a business is sold, that's one license that disappears because you can't actually sell the license. So you have to authorize a new license because the number of licenses goes down, and then you authorize it to come right back up so that it remains the same. So it's really no change to the general public. It's only a change because of the technicalities of how your ordinance works.
Thank you very much. So far it is 48, fine.
I'll recognize you next time, Mr. Rosen. That's okay. All right, there's nothing further, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. 8.9, a resolution accepting a proposal from Strand Associates, Inc. to provide professional engineering, design, bidding, and pre-construction services for the traveling screens project, including a bid alternate for the potassium permanganate feed system at the water treatment plant for an amount not to exceed $98,000, and authorizing the Director of Utilities to execute a task order with Strand Associates, Inc. to formalize the scope of services, schedule, and fee regarding said project.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have before you the request to engage Strand for the design of the traveling screens, as we discussed during the CIP projects discussion, that our traveling screens are very old, circa 1970s. One of the screens is no longer operating at all. The other one is in need of repair. We really are looking for redundancy in the system. This is located along the Mississippi River where the water initially comes in for us to begin the treatment. So it's a pretty critical piece of our water treatment process. It's also been identified in our master plan as one of our high priority projects. Happy to answer anything else.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. All right, I'll call our regular council meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Castro is still out of the room, so we will move to our roll call.
Alderperson Silas,
Present.
Macias.
Present.
Razak,
Present.
Timian,
Present?
Finch,
Present.
McNeil,
Present.
Castro, Schmidt.
I don't know what to suggest about the attendance for Castro because we know she's here, but Mr. Atkins, do we have to do anything special to reintegrate Ms. Castro when she comes back?
I couldn't
In
hear,
the
I'm
minutes,
sorry.
I'll just put that she has returned to the meeting.
Okay, that's fine, thanks. Remote electronic attendance, we don't have any public comment at this time. Seeing none, we move to our consent agenda.
Your Honor, I request the approval of Committee of the Whole meeting minutes of July 14, 2026, Committee of the Whole Council and Executive Session meeting minutes of July 21, 2026, appointments made during Committee of the Whole on August 4, 2026, and consent agenda items 16.1 through 17.1 inclusively.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Silas. Roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes and no nays, that motion carries. Non-consent agenda resolutions. Item number 19.1, a resolution amending the FY 2026 budget adopted by City Council on December 2, 2025. Council Bill Resolution number 1188-2025 to reflect various changes to line items more particularly described herein, and authorizing the Director of Finance to do all things necessary to complete said changes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, that motion carries. Item number 19.2, a resolution approving the content of executive session minutes and authorizing the release and continued retention respectively of certain executive session minutes and authorizing the destruction of certain verbatim recordings of executive sessions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, that motion carries. Item number 19.3, a resolution approving a block party for Robert Vallejo scheduled for Saturday, August 15, 2026, and closing certain streets more particularly described herein to vehicular traffic, and authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute and attest to a licensing agreement with Robert Vallejo for the use of public right-of-way in conjunction with said block party.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, that motion carries. Non-consent agenda, first reading ordinances. Item number 20.1, an ordinance amending Chapter 4, Alcoholic Liquor of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Article 3, Retail Licenses, Division 3, Privileges conferred by various classes of licenses, Section 4-3304, Class C, Package Sales Only, by repealing subsection C in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new subsection C dealing with the same subject matter and allowing an exception for vehicular fuel stations.
Motion to advance the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion to advance to second reading carries. Item number 20.2, an ordinance amending Chapter 15, Garbage and Trash of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Section 15-2102, Curbside Recycling Carts, by repealing subsection B in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new subsection B, dealing with the same subject matter, and amending Section 15-2200, Fee for Residential Refuse Collection, by repealing said section in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new Section 15-2200, dealing with the same subject matter.
Motion to advance the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion to advance to second reading carries. Item number 20.3, an ordinance amending Chapter 34, Water and Sewers of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Section 34-2121, Charges and Collections, by repealing said section in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new Section 34-2121, dealing with the same subject matter.
Motion to advance the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion to advance to second reading carries. Item number 20.4, an ordinance amending Chapter 34, Water and Sewers of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Section 34-3200, Sewerage Rate System, by repealing said section in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new Section 34-3200, dealing with the same subject matter.
Motion to advance the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion to advance to second reading carries. Item number 20.5, an ordinance amending Chapter 34, Water and Sewers of the Moline Code of Ordinances, Section 34-4400 in general, by repealing said section in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof one new Section 34-4400 dealing with the same subject matter.
Motion to advance the second reading.
Second.
Motion by Finch, seconded by Razak. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion to advance to second reading carries, and that's all I have this evening, Your Honor.
All right, I don't have any miscellaneous. Mr. Silas?
Thanks, Ron.
No thanks.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor?
Yes, I would like to give a special thank you to the library. They've done an amazing job with their summer reading program. I utilize the summer reading program, and also the van that we purchased has been great for the community. So every Monday I'm at the parks doing the stories at the park, and people love it. The kids love it too. So they've done a really great job.
Thank you. It's
Thank
great
you.
to hear. We'll pass that on. I'm sure Brian will appreciate that, his
Mhm.
staff.
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, staff?
Carol and I placed in front of each of you a updated budget schedule for our upcoming meetings from today all the way forward to the end. And what we've proposed doing is making some adjustments to certain dates. We're looking at September 15th as a City Council Cow Informational Budget Work Session. Because of the large volume of information that's there, rather than have that on a regular council meeting agenda night, we thought if you're available, it would work much better for you as well as for staff. It gives us time then to be, prepared for that meeting. That was one of the changes. And then the other change was the October 6th meeting, looking to see if we can move that to October the 13th, if you're all agreeable. Carol, you want to add anything? You're good? All right. So we're trying to
Any
juggle
questions?
schedules, workload, and trying to make sure we can get everything prepared timely for you.
We do appreciate how we wrap this up before December pretty much, so thank you for all of that.
No,
Make our Saturday short.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about, is the Saturday
it's all
work
about
session.
Saturday,
I know.
but we
It's
love
fine.
the library.
We understand that. Anything from the council on that? Thank you so much for all of that. Last chance then, is there any other staff update? Sorry you're missing your National Night Out.
I was there.
Oh, were you good? Okay. Any final public comment? Seeing none, executive session.
Your Honor, I make a motion that the council convene an executive session for the purpose of discussion of appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. 5 ILCS 120/2C1, and property acquisition 5 ILCS 120/2C5.
Second?
All right, roll call please.
Alderperson Silas.
Aye.
Macias.
Aye.
Razak.
Aye.
Timian.
Aye.
Finch.
Aye.
McNeil.
Aye.
All right, we're headed to executive session. Thank you.